Over the past few years, I've reviewed a lot of electric bikes, cargo bikes, folding bikes, fat tire bikes, even some incredibly fast ones, but I've never reviewed anything quite like this. This is the Tracer 25 DS stretch cruiser, and from the moment it showed up at my house, I knew this wasn't going to be your typical e-bike review. So today, let's see if this bike is all about looks, or if it actually rides as good as it looks. Hey guys, this is Daddy O with the O family, and today we're checking out something completely different from what I'm used to reviewing.
What is it?
This is the Tracer 25 DS 800W stretch cruiser.
Say what?
Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I usually review fat tire e-bikes, cargo bikes, or high performance models built for speed and power.
Is that so?
But this is completely different riding experience. With its stretched chopper inspired frame, dual springer fork, white wall tires, and laid back riding position, this bike is designed to turn heads everywhere it goes.
Okay.
So in today's video, we'll unbox it, put it together, go over the features and specs, take it out for some real world riding, and by the end, I'll let you know if Tracer 25 DS is worth checking out. So with that said, let's get started.
Let's get it started.
It's a little bit different today. We are recording from inside because it is hot and muggy, and plus it's raining outside today, so we are doing it from inside. Let's usual cut this up to see what's inside. And this is a huge box, as you guys can see. Oh yeah. Right away, you can see Tracer did a really nice job with the packaging. Everything is well protected with plenty of styrofoam, zip ties, and padding to help keep the bike from getting damaged during shipping. So let's get everything unpacked and take our first look. Wow, I have to say, this thing looks even better in person. Yeah. The first thing that immediately catches my eye is this stretched frame. I've reviewed a lot of e-bikes over the years, but I've honestly never seen anything quite like it. It definitely has that classic chopper-inspired look, especially when you pair it with the dual springer fork up front and these white wall tires. They really complete the whole look. It gives the bike a classic vintage vibe that really helps it stand out from your typical e-bike. Up front, you've got a 26 by 3-inch tire with more of an everyday street tread, along with a matching metal front fender. I'm glad to see Tracer went with metal here instead of plastic. It just feels a little more solid and fits the overall premium look of the bike. Inside the smaller box, you get everything you need to finish putting the bike together, including the toolkit, your left and right pedals, the owner's manual, and some information about Tracer and the company. You also get the 54.6 volt 3 amp battery charger, so you'll have everything you need to get the bike charged up and ready for your first ride. Now that everything's out of the box, let's go ahead and get this bike put together. Now it's time to put everything together, and we'll start by installing the front fender. One thing I noticed right away is that because of the way everything is designed, and since this metal fender is fairly substantial, it's actually much easier to install the fender before putting on the front wheel. Once that's in place, I can remove the brake guard and support bar, slide the front wheel into the fork, line up the brake rotor with the caliper, tighten everything down, and then do a quick spin test. And this is exactly why I always recommend doing a spin test before moving on. As you can see, the tire is rubbing against the fender, which means something isn't lined up quite right. It's a quick adjustment, but it's much easier to catch it now than after the entire bike is assembled. While I'm at it, I decided to move over to the handlebars. Installation is pretty straightforward. Remove the faceplate, position the handlebars where you want them, and tighten everything back down. I'll come back and make my final adjustments once the rest of the bike is together. Now let's go back and fix that rubbing issue. After making a small adjustment to the fender, I reinstalled the front wheel, tightened everything back up, and now the tire spins freely with plenty of clearance. With that taken care of, I spent a few minutes dialing in the riding position. Since the handlebars have that stretched cruiser design, it's definitely worth taking a little extra time here to get everything adjusted to your liking before heading out on your first ride. Next, I mounted the LCD display and adjusted the viewing angle so it'll be easy to read while I'm riding. Then I positioned the brake levers and thumb throttle where they felt the most comfortable in my hands. After that, I installed the left side control pad, tightened everything down, and finished things off by installing the pedals. Just remember, the left pedal tightens counterclockwise while the right pedal tightens clockwise. And that's it, the bike is fully assembled. Honestly, the entire process was much easier than I expected. Other than making that small adjustment to the front fender, everything went together smoothly, and before long, it was ready for its first ride.
Alright, now that we got everything put together, let's take a closer look at what makes this bike so different. And I have to say, man, I reviewed a lot of electric bikes over the years, but I honestly never seen a frame quite like this.
No.
It really has that classic Harley inspired chopper look, especially with the stretch frame and the dual springer front fork. It definitely has a ton of personality, and it's one of those bikes that immediately grabs your attention. I don't know about you guys, but every time I walk around this thing, I notice another little detail. The more I look at it, the more it feels like someone took a custom chopper motorcycle and turned it into an electric bike. What I'm really curious about is how this stretched out riding position is actually going to feel once we get it out on the road. It looks incredibly comfortable, but until you ride it, you really don't know. So I'm excited to see how it performs once we hit the streets. Starting up front, one of the first things you'll notice is this dual springer fork. Besides giving the bike that classic motorcycle styling, it's also designed to help absorb bumps and smooth out the ride while you're cruising around town. It really adds to the overall character of the bike, and it's probably one of my favorite design features. Wheels up front, you got a 26-inch whitewall tire, and I have to admit the white walls really complete that vintage cruiser look. Nice. Then out back, Tracer pairs it with a much wider 26 by 4-inch rear tire, giving you more grip, better stability, and a little extra comfort while you're riding. Everything is an 800-watt rear hub motor with a top speed of up to 28 miles per hour. Now, this bike isn't trying to compete with high performance e-bikes, and honestly, I don't think that's the goal here. This bike is all about enjoying the ride, cruising comfortably, and turning heads everywhere you go. 48 volt, 17.5 amp hour Samsung battery. Samsung is one of the most trusted names when it comes to battery technology, which is always nice to see. Tracer says you can expect anywhere from about 30 to 60 miles in range depending on your riding style, terrain, rider weight, and how much you're using the throttle versus pedal assist. Here to the handlebars, you got an easy to read LCD display. It's not overly fancy, but it gives you everything you really need while you're riding, including your speed, battery level, pedal assist setting, trip information. It's simple, easy to read, and gets the job done. You also get 5 levels of pedal assist if you want a little extra help while pedaling, or if you just want to sit back and enjoy the ride. There's a thumb throttle that lets the motor do all the work. When it's time to slow down, Tracer equips the 25 with hydraulic disc brakes. Speaking of the weight, this bike comes in at around 100 pounds, so it's definitely not the kind of bike you're going to be throwing into the back of your SUV. But honestly, that's pretty typical for a stretched steel frame cruiser with a large battery like this. On the plus side, it has an impressive maximum payload capacity of up to 400 pounds, making it a greater option for a wide variety of riders. Paper, everything sounds really good. It definitely has the looks, it definitely has the style, and the specs seems to match what this bike is trying to be. But as you guys know, specs only tell part of the story. The real question is, does it actually ride as good as it looks? There's only one way to find out. Let's go take it for a ride. Alright, before we take it out for a spin, let me show you guys a few button functions here. On the left side, here's a power button underneath. You hold that for a few seconds, and then screen turns on. And then here's the basic info. There's a battery level, speedometer, pedal assist, odometer, the trip mileage, the time that's been on, odometer. To change the basic info, you push the power button, and you can see different information by pressing the power button. To change the pedal assist, there's an up and down arrow. Pressing up, it goes all the way to pedal assist 5. Pressing down all the way up to 0, and holding the up button, that's like the plus button, for a few seconds, that should turn on the headlight. And as you guys can see, here is a nice and bright headlight.
The sun is shining on me.
That was the tail light, and here's the brake light.
Cool. Very cool.
And on the right side, we do have a thumb throttle. We also have the walk assist. You hold the down arrow for a few seconds. It is a heavy bike.
Nice.
And that's pretty much it. We are ready to take this bad boy out for a spin. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take this out for a spin. I do feel the frame, it's really stretched out. The screen feels really far away from me. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And let's start with paddle assist 1. See how hard it is to using the paddle. Okay, definitely something you have to get used to. We gotta really stretch your legs. Surprisingly, it does feel a little awkward, but at the same time, it's comfortable.
Okay.
And I cannot paddle any faster than this. You know, if I had longer legs, that would help with my short legs. All right, going about 10 miles per hour. Brake check. Brake is good. I'm gonna do a paddle assist 2, see how this is gonna go. I did feel a little low to the ground, and there is no manual shifter on this. And surprisingly, this is comfortable. Going about 10 miles per hour. Well, this is more like a relaxed cruiser. 17 miles per hour. Okay, let me try paddle assist 4. About 13, 14. All right, paddle assist 5. This is pretty much it, I think. So let me try paddle assist 1 using the thumb throttle. Oh yeah, I feel more power kicking now. 22. Okay, so I don't think that really matters which paddle assist you're on. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. 29, 30. Woo! 30 miles per hour. Okay, so here we go, using the thumb throttle. The highest I went was 30 miles per hour. 25 right now. The way it looks, the way the frame and everything, it felt like I was riding a motorcycle. Yeah, going about 24, 25, 26, 9, 30.8. That's the highest I'll go. Woo. Yeah, this bumps, you do feel it. I mean, it does have that front fork. It does help. But when you get into the bigger bumps, you do feel it. And it's a super quiet bike. And the torque, it builds up. It's not like in your face torque. Surprisingly, the ride is comfortable. Even in direct sunlight, the screen is easy to read. Even with the long stretch frame, it's easy to control too. And I am getting a couple looks from people and looking at me like, is that a bike? Is that a motorcycle?
The more time I spent riding this bike, the more I understood what Tracer was going for. This isn't about being the fastest bike on the road, it's about slowing things down, enjoying the ride, and appreciating everything around you. That stretched out riding position just feels so natural that before you know it, you've been cruising for quite a while without even realizing it. Honestly, this is the kind of bike I'd want to take out on a nice sunny day, cruise along the beach, ride through a park, or simply enjoy being outside. Sometimes it's not about getting to your destination as quickly as possible, it's about enjoying the ride along the way.
Alright guys, after spending some time riding the Tracer 25 DS, here are some of the things I really liked. First, I have to mention the riding position. Looking at this bike, I honestly wasn't sure how comfortable that stretched out design was going to be, but after riding it, I was pleasantly surprised. It felt natural, relaxed, and I could easily see myself spending a couple of hours on this bike without feeling uncomfortable. Next has to be the overall design. Pictures really don't do this bike justice. Everywhere I went, people were looking, slowing down, or asking questions. If you're someone who likes riding something different from everyone else, this bike definitely gets noticed. I was also surprised by how easy it was to ride. Even with the extra long wheelbase, it never felt awkward or difficult to control. After just a few minutes, it felt very natural and gave me plenty of confidence. The LCD display was another nice surprise. Even riding in bright sunlight, everything was easy to read at a quick glance. Performance-wise, I thought the 800 watt motor had more than enough power for what this bike is designed to do. During my ride, I was able to reach about 30 miles per hour and it cruised comfortably while still having enough power when I needed it. Overall, I think Tracer did a really nice job creating something that's different. There are a lot of e-bikes on the market that start to look the same, but this one has its own personality, and that's something I really appreciate. Now, no bike is perfect, and there are a few things I think could be improved. First, while I really like the look of the dual springer fork, I honestly expected to smooth out the ride a little more. It definitely helps, but you still notice some of the smaller bumps and rough spots in the road. Another thing I like to see is integrated turn signals. A lot of newer e-bikes are starting to include them, and I think they would have been a nice addition here. I also wish Tracer had included either a horn or even just a simple bell from the factory. It's not a deal breaker, but it's always nice having a way to let pedestrians or other riders know you're coming. And finally, because of the stretched out riding position, this isn't really a bike that's meant for aggressive riding or rapid pedaling. It's designed to be comfortable, relaxed, and enjoyable. If you're looking for an adrenaline-packed ride, this probably isn't it. But if you enjoy slowing things down and simply enjoying the ride, I think you really appreciate what this bike offers. Overall, I really enjoy my time with the Tracer 25 DS. It's definitely one of the most unique e-bikes I've reviewed. And honestly, it was a lot more fun to ride than I expected.
Yeah, baby!
This isn't the kind of bike you buy because you're chasing the highest top speed or the most power. You buy it because you appreciate the style, the comfort, and the experience every time you hop on and go for a ride. If you'd like to learn more about the Tracer 25 DS, I'll have a link down in the description below. And if Tracer has provided me with a discount code by the time this video goes live, I'll have that down there as well so you can save a little money. As always, if you have any questions that I didn't cover in today's review, leave them down in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future reviews. I'd like to thank Tracer for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.